alive, I'll suck a dick.
Everything
I'm not.
comes back.
End of the world. I'm not discriminating.
By the way,
Any hole's a goal.
I'm all about Channing Tatum in This Is the End, just going full bitch for Danny McBride. That's it. That's what you do.
What do you got?
Well,
You do that Fitz-ercise.
I can make a mean flat white.
Like, well, exactly. I can make a coffee on top of just be that guy that goes like running for like 4Ks to bash someone and then steal their bag and then run back with it.
Just for a note, how many bashings have you been a part of?
Oh, not really any, but
You think you could do it?
I think in the situation it would come to me.
So you think you would find the dad of a family, the mum's dead, but he's still got his 2 daughters with him, and he's carrying just enough for them to survive the winter.
Maybe a few more days.
Maybe a few more days, just
like a
days,
handful
you
of
know.
food.
And you think you're going to be the guy that runs him down and beats him nearly to death, but enough so his daughters can see him die later.
This is a case-by-case basis. I wouldn't need to kill him.
Well, that's what I mean, but
I'll
like,
just intimidate him.
On the brink.
And as I'm reminded of a quote,
Let's
it goes
hear
like this. You either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
That's beautiful.
That was Christian Bale.
Was it really? Or was it the other guy?
I don't know.
That was the dude who becomes Two-Face.
You're right. It was Aaron Eckhart.
There you go.
Yes. Good catch.
So yeah, I'm just putting in hard
Harvey
work.
Dent, but
I'm going to
whatever.
say...
It was a character, not the actor, but that's fine. No, don't worry, it's fine.
Hard work. Hard work is what I bring.
Your work ethic.
Yeah, that's it. Straight up
Oh,
and
well,
down.
that's fucking pussy. I'll bring
Is
work
it?
ethic.
I don't know what's more pussy, a work ethic or I'll suck a dick is what you said. That's what you said, right?
I believe in an apocalyptic time, everyone still has needs, Anders.
Needs and wants.
True.
I assume the troop was all male.
Why would you assume that?
I don't know. Fuck.
Let's unpack that. Why does Govinda assume that?
Okay, moving on, Khayl.
Are you saying women couldn't survive in the apocalypse?
Most certainly.
Wait, what? Most certainly they couldn't?
Yeah.
You're alienating
Uh-oh.
Oh, shit.
just so many people.
Nah, I think I need to stop. Time to move now. Khayl, you go? What's up? What do you got?
Would you like me to go next?
Yeah, I got nothing.
I thought you said you had another one.
Yeah, I do, but it's kind of more specific, and then you told me to move on, and then doesn't really work anymore.
Well, I'd like to Govinda sort of insinuates that I'm something of a cock fiend, of a scat man.
Well, we were talking today. There's some unaired episodes of this show that we hadn't quite fleshed out the whole thing, and Khayl talks about cocks in 80% of them.
Okay.
I'd like to change our viewers' impressions of me. You know, I'm also an intellectual, Anders. I have deep thoughts.
I know.
Sometimes I like to consider things bigger than myself. Sometimes bigger than poops. Or farts. Or boobies.
Bigger than boobies? I think not.
Something I think very fascinating is that some people, historians mostly, consider America to be the new Rome. Have you heard of this?
I actually heard about it earlier today.
When I told
Does that
you?
make
When
Donald?
you popped
Does that
in to see me.
Was this before or after you didn't tell me there was a giant spider in my car?
Straight after.
Does that make Donald Trump Julius Caesar,
No, it's more the trajectory
or is it
taking
Kanye?
and the similarities between the people.
Okay, continue.
So what I'd like to do here is just kind of run you through a few similarities between...
Are you about
ancient
to
Rome-
read like 20 paragraphs?
I got a couple here, but I thought we could just kind of
Okay,
air some
so
thoughts here.
Americans are known as people of excess.
For people that don't know, the founding fathers of America based the Republic of America on the Republic of Rome.
Yes, this is a democratic republic, not a straight-up democracy.
That's correct.
Everyone should be aware of this.
I wasn't until recently, but
You told me this. I just want to sound smart.
Oh, okay. So, just a few similarities between the two. Rome and America are the most powerful actors in their world, by many orders of magnitude. Their powers include both military might and the soft power of language, culture, commerce, technology, and ideas. Would you agree with that?
Yes.
I'm going to say yes.
Yeah. You know, like we're inspired, like the example is set by America. We look to American actors.
Everyone's somewhat Americanized, as
Yeah.
they say.
This is mostly because people say you can predict what will happen to America by looking at what happened to the Romans.
Okay.
Who's getting stabbed?
Hopefully Donald Trump.
Oh, we can only hope.
Just put that one right out there.
And I want his wig to be
You send me on this
encased in plastic.
On the apocalypse, you send me on the mission, I'll retrieve the wig.
Govinda, Rome and America are comparable in physical size. The Roman Empire and its Mediterranean lake would fit inside the 3 million square miles of the lower 48 states, though without a lot of space to spare.
You're talking really quiet, sorry.
Oh, am I?
Yeah, just project a little bit, but I'm with you. Yes?
Okay. Global influence. Both Rome and America created global structures, administrative, economic, military, cultural, that the rest of the world and their own citizens came to take for granted. Again, we all look to the Americans. We like to, do you think that's strange? That we...
It is strange when you think about it.
We just take the lead and, because they're the top dog in the world.
Yeah.
They're not... I think what I'm trying to get at here is that America isn't the only superpower. This has all happened before. We've all looked to them, to someone else. I'm just getting blank stares.
Yeah, you seem to still be talking, but then you're waiting for a response, so I'm not quite sure what you want from
I just thought this was...
Because in my mind, it's still quite different.
Okay. Open societies.
Okay, I'm not going to say anything. Keep going.
Okay. Both are societies made up of many peoples, open to newcomers, willing to absorb the genes and lifestyles and gods of everyone else, and to grant citizenship to incoming tribes from all corners of the earth. This is all taken from a book called We Are Rome, written by an American author. Culturally similar, Romans and Americans can't get enough of laws and lawyers and lawsuits. They relish the ritual humiliation of public figures. Americans through comedy and satire, talk radio and court TV. The Romans through vicious satire, to be sure, but also during the Republic by means of the sensorial nota, the public airing, name by name, of everything great men of the time should be ashamed of. This is when, similar to a town crier, they would announce every indecent act. Say Donald Trump was banging a prostitute.
No one gives a fuck. They'll just fucking cheer him on like they keep doing now. It's depressing.
Wouldn't that be interesting if we really... I guess that's what Twitter is. If there's a scandal,
Or technology in general, the internet. The internet's for that. The internet, anyone can put anyone on blast.
I don't know. It's just a very different world now than it was.
I get it.
Then,
it's a similar process, but there's just different means to it now.
Yeah.
It's
the last similarity written here is that they are the chosen people. Both see themselves as a chosen people, and both see their national character as exceptional. Have you ever heard of American exceptionalism?
I know what you mean. They're the most patriotic people.
They think they're better than everyone else.
They really do.
The Romans were the same, and not without cause.
Just for the sake of this, can you run me through the end of the Roman Empire quickly?
Well, it took a long time. The reason, I'll disagree. Rome was around for more than 1,500 years as a world power. America's been the sole superpower for 30? Since the fall... What was the Soviet Empire? That was the Soviet Union. War. Yeah, I think it was the 90s, late 80s. So we're going about 25 years. They've been top dog.
So, I just think it's... Because you're talking about predicting what will happen to America from the past.
Yep.
And we've talked about this before. And as I see the similarities, but there's so many differences.
Can I read for you some differences that the author here...
Okay.
Please.
Let me... Okay, so technological advancement. Rome in all its long history never left the Iron Age, whereas America in its short history has already leapt through the Industrial Age to the Information Age and the Biotech Age.
But that's not really Rome's fault. That's just the way technology has progressed worldwide.
That's right. There wasn't a lot of advancement back then.
From the 90s on, technology has been advancing at a ridiculous rate.
Exponentially. Abundance. Wealthy as it was, Rome lived close to the edge. Many regions were one dry spell away from famine. America enjoys an economy of abundance, even surfeit. It must beware the diseases of overindulgence. Could you see this?
Of course.
Americans are getting a little big in the waistband, Anders. You know what I'm saying?
Well, so
fattest country in the world.
Australia's the second?
I think the UK is, actually.
Okay.
But we're not
We're
far
up there.
behind.
But that's just... again, that's not necessarily the abundance and more of just like, I guess it is abundance. It's just bad quality.
Govinda, I'd like to remind you this next one contains a word. I am reading a quote here. Are you ready?
Okay.
Point 3, slavery. Rome was always a slave-holding polity with the profound moral and social retardation that this implies. America started out as a slave-holding polity and decisively cast slavery aside.
Again, that's not necessarily a difference just because it was a time, like it was, the world disagreed with slavery at that time.
Yeah.
And so they had to kind of adjust.
Couldn't carry on.
If the USA now was around 1,000 years ago, they would definitely still have slaves.
Could you imagine if they had them today?
Because it was just acceptable at that point.
It was only 200 years ago that they had them.
Was it that long? That's why was it less than that?
I think it was 1800s.
I don't know American history.
Government. Rome emerged out of a city-state and took centuries to let go of a city-state's method of governance. America from early on began to administer itself as a continental power. That's,
Alright, I'm going to stop you real quick. This is not a question.
We
we need to wrap this up because it's kind of dragging, it's dragging on real heavily right now.
I feel like I'm losing you.
Yeah, you are. So, let's wrap this up into a question.
I guess what I wanted to see was just, I don't know, where do you think America is going? Because
into the toilet if Donald Trump or Kanye West become president.
Historically speaking, superpowers don't last. I mean, like, you're going to have your golden age. Maybe this is what America is in right now.
Right now, yeah.
But I guess...
Yeah, that's true. When I was at uni, I did business for a semester before I thought business was fucked. And my lecturer was saying that people are projecting that China will be the new world power by, what did they say, 2025 maybe?
They reckon in the next 10 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Think about this, Anders. In the next 10 years, they reckon the Chinese will put an astronaut on the moon. How do you think Americans will feel about that? At the moment, they're the only nation to have put a man on the moon.
Oh, Russia never did it.
No.
For some reason I thought Russia did it, but...
They put the first man, woman, and dog into space.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't believe they ever got there.
So
Isn't that interesting?
China's even trying to take American territory...
Could you imagine
out of the stratosphere?
Could you imagine a Chinese flag on the moon?
America would lose.
Where
it.
are
They
gonna
would
put it?
fucking lose it anyway.
Like near the American one? Like
Kick theirs
accidentally
over.
bump the American one over? Like
Speaking of China, because I think it's very relevant to us, I feel like there's going to be a point where China just looks at Australia and all the wasted space and just goes, "We're coming in."
what do you do with the middle though? What do you do with the middle?
You can do something. Like, there's something you can do. I don't know how, but like...
To be fair, there's huge deserts in China.
Yeah, like there's deserts everywhere and people live in them. The Middle East is just a desert.
Really?
That's not true. Yeah. But like, there's a lot of desert.
Are you familiar with Tomorrow When the War Began?
Yeah, I am. Oh, only the first one.
They never specifically state who the invaders are, but they're thought to be.
I just
China.
I'm not saying like now. I'm not saying in the next like 40 years, but China's just growing. There's so many people there, and there's so few here, and there's something they can do. Even the space on the coast is not being utilized.
Yeah,
you know, like as soon as you get out of the cities, it's just country everywhere.
Yep.
It's a pretty interesting thought.
So I was just like, if a world war is going to break out at some point, I have to think it's going to be China just being like, "We're coming in.
We're done with this."
Better hope America stands next to us at that point.
Well, okay, here's the fun, I guess, what I was trying to drive at before. What does the world look like without America? If it falls, like the Romans did, that drove us into a dark age for hundreds of years. And sent technology back even further. It wasn't until like the 1700s we started getting back to the level, you know, of sanitation, of social forward thinking. Could you imagine? Like everything
I
we
think
do.
there's enough going on across the world now.
Yeah.
For it not to be as serious as
and
the Romans felt.
This was a time where people were still going on huge land grabs.
That's true.
You know, it was something where they're like, oh, okay, well, we've got this, we want more. America's not going to go invade a country anytime soon.
You can't really these days.
Yeah, like, I guess the Middle East is something where people don't think they should be there.